I wanted to pursue acting. And then I met him. I started having so much fun and then meeting all these people in the restaurant world, not from the diner's seat, but in the kitchen. I felt the most seen and the most comfortable I had ever felt. And
Wow.
It's crazy because, yeah.
This is the new set.
It's really exciting.
Lily and Mason, thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Lily and Mason, you guys are the founders, owners of Max and Helen's, the hottest restaurant in Los Angeles. I'm going to say that
That's so
and
nice.
mean it because it's the restaurant that I hear about the most. And I've had the pleasure of eating there and had a absolutely like one of the best breakfasts I've ever had.
Really?
And it was just absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for joining us and finding time in your busy schedule to head
Absolutely.
over here.
Thanks for having us.
It's an honor to be here.
You were just telling me that it's all diner all the time.
It is all diner all the time. I won't lie. Like, we got married a week before we opened, and we have been in diner nation for a minute, but it's been really fun. We get to work together. So it's kind of this nice, we live 2 minutes away from the diner. And when we're not at the diner, we're at our apartment and we just go back and forth.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are the roles? So for those listening and watching, tell me how it works with the two of you working.
Absolutely. Well, you start.
Lily's our creative director.
Yeah. Yes.
All things branding, creative, aesthetic, collaborations, partnerships, community building, everything under that scope. And a lot of other stuff. I mean, she was integral in the initial days of building the culture with our staff hiring process. So she does quite a bit. I take on the role day to day of director of operations. My background's as a chef, but I've been a food and beverage director and director of ops over the years at various restaurants in LA.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've talked about Max and Helen's with your dad,
Yeah.
Phil Rosenthal, longtime friend of the pod and show, and also with Nancy, who is on as well. And now we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the restaurant itself. So it's on Larchmont in Los Angeles. What are the hours?
8 to 8 every day.
8 to 8 every day, and you can have the full menu all day long.
Breakfast is from 8. No, breakfast is all day.
Yes.
But lunch and dinner starts at 11.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So there's things that get added as the day goes on.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's awesome. But you can have breakfast at 7 p.m. if you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
The hot chocolate, much spoken about and enjoyed. My kids. So I'm going to give you a little review from my 4-year-old and 6-year-old who were there.
That's the review I care about.
They both were very, very into the hot chocolate.
That's phenomenal.
Here he is enjoying it very much.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's so cute.
Great work. And Lily, you co-wrote a book about kids eating.
Yeah, it's called Just Try It. My dad, so on his food show, he makes a lot of faces and he does a lot of dances and he's very animated. And we get videos sent in of kids all over the world replicating his facial expressions or doing his dances. And I told him, you need to write a kid's book because clearly kids enjoy you. So he said, I'll do it, but only if you'll write it with me. And we decided to do a book that gets kids to try new foods and kind of broaden some horizons. So now that's what we do. The first one was Just Try It. So that one was for food. And the second one that we just came out with is Just Try It Someplace New to get kids to want to travel to new places.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Were you a good eater as a kid, Mason?
Always.
What's your earliest food memory?
Ooh. I think the most impactful food memory was early years of high school was the burger rage of Los Angeles. And I remember trying umami burger for the first time
Yeah.
and was blown away that a burger that you've had hundreds and hundreds of times and the expectations are so clear could stand out so far and above the rest. And I fell in love with this comfort food that Umami Burger was, so much so that I sought out the chef behind it, Ernesto, by the time I was working age at 17, and worked in his kitchen for 4 or 5 years at Plant Check. And so, you know, the diner's become like super full circle for us and for me specifically because it's rooted in comfort food.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the umami burger, because I don't think you can get that original umami burger
No.
anymore. They
No.
completely changed it. The original umami burger, as I recall, it had what a shiitake mushroom,
Yeah.
mushroom and
Yes.
a Parmesan crisp.
That's right.
Yes.
As I
That was
remember.
the
That's
right.
original.
And you know, because like ketchup is like a total, you know, umami
Right.
vehicle, you know,
Right.
where it's just like has that sweetness, that saltiness, and that like roundness, and then they did it in a new way, and kind of like Japanese
Yes,
a little bit. Also,
exactly.
with the-
Yeah, he's part Japanese, Ernesto.
yeah.
So a lot of his cooking was influenced by that. And then at Plant Check, he had developed the ketchup leather.
Do you remember that? The ketchup leather?
No, I do not.
It was almost like a fruit roll up vibe.
Oh
but
wow.
Ketchup.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
the
little
concept was like,
squares.
you know, you get the heat from the burger would hit the ketchup leather, and you would get then rehydrated ketchup. So you get ketchup flavor without like a soggy, wet
Oh wow.
ketchupy bun.
Solved the ketchup problem.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's crazy. I wonder if my kids would eat that. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So now, you know, at Max and Helen's, you have these breakfast, brunch, lunch favorites, and they're kind of like retooled a little bit to still be very familiar, but just like super delicious, and like you have to get them there. Why is the waffle so good? What did you do?
So early on in the tasting, Nancy presented us with this sourdough waffle. And it was not that sweet and just had that lovely like sourdough flavor. And then all the sweetness came from the maple butter. And I don't know how she did that, but I had never been a waffle lady, if I say so myself.
Yes,
like
yes.
I'm more of a pancake girl.
Yes.
And so getting a waffle, I don't love like the crispiness of a waffle, but
Sure.
for some reason, and maybe you can speak to this as chef who like took over and ran with it, it's not too crispy. Even though it looks perfectly golden
Right.
and crisp on the outside,
Yes.
that inside is like that pancake consistency.
Yes.
Really light, really fluffy. You can see like vanilla bean in there. So the flavor's all there. And then the maple butter is just crazy.
So
Yeah, it's
Nancy
special.
Silverton brings a waffle as kind of a starting point, or like how. So tell me the whole story.
Yeah,
in
she
the
she
kitchen
had she had developed this waffle, and then I was working with Chef Bernie, who's our head chef, and we're working on scaling these recipes for massive high volume production. And we were testing this waffle out, and it's fermented, it's sourdough, so it ferments for 2 days, and then we cook it in this cast iron waffle iron that gets just ripping hot. It's like almost 500 degrees. So the quickness of the cook keeps the outside super crispy and the inside custardy almost.
Yeah, custardy. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I get that. I get that for sure when I was eating, and it's like one of those vertical waffle irons, or like what shape is it?
Yeah, it's there's two waffle compartments next to each other, and they're round, and it's built out of cast iron, and the heating element is on the bottom. So the top side that we present to you is like golden brown and beautiful, and the bottom is not as cooked. And at first, it looks like a flaw in the machine, and as we continue to test it out, it turned out to be like this perfect imperfection that the bottom side is a little bit more tender and the top side is a little crispier.
Is this available to consumers? This specific waffle iron?
This one is not,
Okay, got it. All right.
but you can
So-
probably find some similar ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not in so the execution here is that something simple, but with the fermentation, the sourdoughness, and then you got the butter. What's the story with the butter?
Yeah, it's just really good butter, and we use maple sugar, not maple syrup. So maple sugar and a little bit of salt, and so you get the sweet, the salty, the savory. It's really just like spreading on a great piece of bread that's cooked in a waffle iron.
Yeah. I honestly eat I know a lot of people will like take the butter and like spread it so that each pocket is filled. I like to eat it like pita and hummus. Like I'll rip off a piece with my hands and then dip it into that butter, and it's phenomenal.
It is. What about this hot chocolate situation?
Yeah.
Why and is it so good?
Well, Mason makes that hot chocolate for me at home, and we didn't have a hot chocolate on the menu. And I was like, we need a hot chocolate, first of all. Second of all, Nancy used to work at Angelina in Paris. So her background is in that thick Parisian style hot chocolate that Mason already has a recipe for and does. But what Mason does that's special is he has a homemade marshmallow fluff that then he torches. And I just, when he would make that for me at home, this is crazy. This is like the Homer Simpson, like in the Simpson movie.
Oh, the Flamin' Mo.
Yeah, but like, remember in the movie where, is it Ned Flanders, the neighbor? He puts the hot chocolate on the balcony for Bart when he like torches it at the end and it adds all those layers. And then he runs off and he's like, oh my God, it's the best hot chocolate you've ever seen. That is what came to my brain. And I just knew that if we put this on the menu, kids would freak out over it. But then it turned out like also like influencers and like nice food people also were into it because it looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, rivaling the Erewhon shake for trendiness. What about the chocolate part of the hot chocolate? Like, what is it?
Just really good chocolate. It's like
How do you
anything.
make it?
Valrhona,
Like,
right?
how do you make it?
It's milk and half, and we add the chocolate in, and it just reduces down. Once the chocolate's melted, you can raise the heat, and it just reduces.
So you're
for a couple
melting.
How long?
So this is not a powdered pack,
There's some cocoa powder and then some whole chocolate.
and you're melting down chocolate bars.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, we use
Like
chocolate
discs.
discs.
This.
But it's Valrhona, so it's good chocolate. Like everything else we do, we just
Right.
try to find great ingredients.
Like the inside of the molten Valrhona chocolate cake, that famous
That's right.
chocolate cake.
Exactly.
And now that's going to be in your hot chocolate.
That's what you're
You
drinking.
got it.
Because it was a very like deep, and honestly, like the kids were a little surprised at how, because they're used to kind of a Swiss Miss kind of
course.
more
Yeah.
fake hot chocolate situation. They were surprised by like the taste and the how chocolatey it was
yeah.
at first, like a little surprised, and then they started to get like really, really into it, and we're just eating it like soup.
Yeah, good.
I love that.
It was a soup vibe. And yeah, the fluff is really cool, and I like because it gets that s'more, the searing of the fluff
Yeah.
is great. That's a really cool idea. I love that.
Well, I think it's nostalgia for a lot of people. Marshmallows in their hot chocolate. So
Yeah.
and the whole diner is rooted in nostalgia. So
It is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that even goes back to the name Max and Helen's. Tell me about that.
So those are my grandparents. My dad I grew up on Larchmont, right? So he walks there every day. He loves it. We all love it. We have an apartment close by now. But he always wanted a place that he could just walk to every day and get diner eggs. That's like his favorite thing. And it was my grandpa's favorite thing too. So when my grandparents passed and a spot opened up on Larchmont, my dad was like, I should open a diner here, and it can be small, but I then will have a place where I can walk and get my nice eggs. And that's really where the premise came about. Like it's not like he thought, oh, this will go viral, let's open a diner. No, he wanted it selfishly, like for our family to have a place where we could go have bacon and eggs and pancakes. But then Nancy also lives in the neighborhood. And so she was an obvious choice to partner with. And we worked with a designer, Matt Winter, to do all the interiors and the exteriors. He was incredible. My only, not that I gave him a direction, he really was spearheading all of the creative design elements. But all I cared about was that it felt like my grandparents' house. There's a Yiddish word called hamish, and that is when it's cozy, familiar, like you know it. It's the friend that you can have over and you could serve them leftovers and they're not going to bat an eye. That's a hamish friend, and we wanted a hamish environment, right? So nothing is supposed to feel flashy. It's not supposed to make you say, oh my God, this is so extravagant and crazy. It had to be a place that Max and Helen would have felt really comfortable in. And I think that resonates with people because we're kind of leaning towards this. I don't know if it's post-COVID. Everyone wants to be a little bit cozier now.
Yes.
We like being home more than we used to, maybe. And that is kind of what we're searching for.
Yeah, kind of nostalgic and familiar and comfortable. And long-time listeners of the pod will remember hearing about, Max and Helen's adventures in eating with Lily's dad, Phil, in the Phil Rosenthal episode, which is a great, some really, really nice stories about how simple they liked their food and how Phil was like fascinated by like, kind of fancy food and going to fancy restaurants and finally got them to go to a restaurant. And they were somewhat into it. Growing up Rosenthal,
it's the title of my next book.
Tell me
it's
about
phenomenal.
it. Yeah. What, and I really feel you should be watching this. Tell me a couple things about him as a dad.
Ooh, Phil the father.
Yeah.
He was honestly just exactly what you see in Somebody Feed Phil. A piece of chicken hits the table at a local family spot. Lily chicken! Like, he is so excited about everything. And he has that childlike wonder. So, like, that in a father is a gift because you are getting someone who is the truest version of themselves. When we started dating, he used to say, like, you make me feel like a kid. Like, I feel like a kid version of myself. And imagine to then have that in the person that is also protecting you and, picking you up from school. He would always say when I would leave for school, the only thing he cared about, like, have fun. That was it. Like, it wasn't do good in school, make sure you're paying attention in class. It was always, bye, Lily, have fun. And that is such a fun way to live in general. But to be able to see that through, he's even doing it in his life now. He just wants to have fun and bring that fun to other people. So that was a huge lesson that, like, not everything is so serious. Obviously, we consider everyone and we want to be good people and everything. But a huge part of it is make things that you do fun.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And, he does that. I first met Phil. He did a screening at his house, I guess your house, of Jiro Dreams of Sushi like 15 years ago. And in a very fuzzy screening room. And I remember before he started the movie, he was like, here's a song from American Idol that I thought was really terrific.
It's his favorite show.
And I was like, who is this happy man?
Mickey Mouse. Yeah, literally.
When you were a kid, did you have a concept of how big, Phil was probably best known for Everybody Loves Raymond, which was one of the biggest sitcoms in history. Did you have any idea of who he was or how big that was when you were a kid?
When I was really little, I would go to the set every day after school. And on Fridays was tape night. So I knew that part of it was big. I remember like opening the Guinness World Record book at school and seeing like Ray's picture and being like, oh, that's what? That's our friend. What's happening? But I remember that being a big deal. But then after Raymond, he's the guy behind the scenes. He's not Ray. And we would always go on family vacations with Ray every year. And everyone would stop Ray. People would stop my mom because she was on the show too. But not a lot of people were stopping Phil. And now in my old age, he now has Somebody Feed Phil. He gets recognized every day. So I get it more now than I did as a kid.
I see.
I wasn't blind to it. he wasn't a movie star
Right.
then.
Right.
He was the guy behind the scenes that like,
Yeah.
profited from
Right.
it, but wasn't the guy that everyone knew.
Yes. And now he's dedicated his life to correcting that.
Yeah,
to make sure
exactly.
that he
You're all
is
gonna
recognized
know. Yeah.
almost as much as Ray at this point.
If
I
not
don't know,
more.
maybe more.
When we go to a restaurant and people come up to Phil instead of Ray, it's like, what world are
Oh
we
my God,
in?
the smile must be magnified even more. It's funny that you also mentioned that he's known for making faces.
Yeah.
Which are not just for television.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What was your first impression of Phil when you met him, when you met your father-in-law?
Yeah. I knew who he was. I had obviously watched Somebody Feed Phil many, many times, loved the show. And I was definitely shocked that he's exactly who he is in the show. There is no acting going on. It's just authentically him. And I love that about him. And I still love it about going to dinner and the excitement that he gets from the simplest stuff.
Mason.
Yeah,
Chicken.
it's
Same thing.
The man loves roasted chicken.
He really does.
No, it's special though. It's special. He's exactly who he is.
You know, I did his podcast before we started this, and you have to eat while you do the podcast.
Enjoyable, no?
Yeah, which I found to be complicating. Trying to like as you're getting a lot of very deep and insightful questions, and also you're like it's like also telling you to eat at the same time.
Eat your tuna, David. Yes.
Yeah, it was like we had some like big, Subway sandwich, not Subway, but like long sandwiches.
Yeah.
And it was a time I don't recommend people watch that. I recommend you watch the show, not my episode. Okay, so Mason, I don't think that people necessarily, people know of Max and Helen's, of course, now, and I don't want to frame it like this is like your first foray into restaurants. You talked a little bit about working at Plan Check. Did you work at Plan Check?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have here that this is your 17th restaurant opening.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a
Believe it
vet.
or not.
Wait, how old are you?
31.
You're 31 years old and you've been on the opening team.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Of
Yep.
17 different restaurants.
Yeah.
That's like crazy.
It's
Yes.
awesome.
Say it again. It's insane.
That's insane. So like what is that about? Like what's up? What's up with that?
Like, why'd you choose that?
No, it's madness. I fell in love with cooking and so quickly saw some really talented chefs in the industry, what I felt not reach their full potential because they lacked certain business savvy. And I was always a bit of a math nerd in school. And so I really dove into the numbers of restaurants, which, as most people will tell you, are not very good. So I got hyper fixated on like how to save money everywhere across the board, how to be more efficient, how to be more profitable, all while preserving the guest experience and the quality of the food and everything we're trying to do. So I made it my mission to hone those skills. And part of it is getting lucky and ending up in the right spots at the right time with restaurant groups that want to expand and grow. But I knew I wanted to focus on the business side of restaurants. I knew the cooking stuff was what fueled it. And I always felt like the things that I wanted to learn how to cook, I could seek out specifically from a mentor or on YouTube. But the business stuff I had to do myself to get to where I wanted to go. And was very fortunate to be a part of these restaurant groups that had a desire to grow as well. And was on the opening team for many of them, led the opening teams for many of them. And now it's here, Max and Helen's.
I just
Number
want
17.
his superpower is putting systems into place.
Mm-hmm.
That is a gift because with that, you build trust. And the amount of people that follow him from restaurant to restaurant should be studied because that is so telling about the way he runs his restaurants. It is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like the dedication that these people have to the concept, of course, but to him.
Right.
Because he is an amazing leader.
Yeah.
He's an incredibly talented chef, but he will never ever ask something of you that he can't do himself. He has done it all. And so now when you get to work with him, you are in safe hands. And that can sometimes not be the case in this industry. In most industries, it's really hard.
Yes.
And so to have such a leader that has so much knowledge and so much background and be so young, it's really special. And I think that is a huge reason for the success of Max and Helen's. I mean, yes, obviously, Phil, everybody loves him. And, you know, you want to come to the diner. Nancy, her recipes, of course, obviously a huge reason of why it's successful. To have a consistent restaurant is really difficult.
Yeah.
And he has done that
Yeah.
and will continue to do that. So, like, this is only the beginning, for real.
Somebody's going to get a hot chocolate.
100%.
Good job.
I'm going to get like 7 hot chocolates.
Well done. No, I mean, I see that because somebody who is, you know, has that organization, can put the system in place, but understands the cooking and understands like the values of what is needed in a kitchen and what the cooks need to be successful is incredibly important. And so I guess tell me a little bit, what are some of the other like restaurants that you're most proud of that you've worked on?
Yeah. I mean, before this, I was running a group called Broad Street Oyster Company.
Yeah.
With a flagship in Malibu. And that was a really fun project to be a part of, and met some very talented hospitality pros, one of which, several of which now run the diner. Our head chef, Bernie, and the sous chef, Gustavo, they come from there. So, you know, we had the fortune of being so high volume at Broad Street that anyone that's now in the kitchen at Max and Helen's that worked at Broad Street really got familiar with consistency and high level execution while being under pressure of, you know, what we were doing 700 covers a day at Broad Street at times. So they were prepared for this. It was just learning new recipes, adjusting our systems, but they were ready for this type of volume from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of volume are we talking about? What is the volume?
At
Max and Helen's?
Yeah, we do about 500 covers during the week and each day during the week. And then on the weekends, it's 750 a day.
And you were mentally prepared for that kind of volume.
Yeah, you know, we projected slightly under this, but this doesn't feel like, you know, it's out of our control. We feel this is well within what we're capable of doing. I wish I had more seats. I wish I could, you know, reduce the wait times for guests and feed more people at a time and, you know, do 1,000 covers a day.
Yeah. But just think about the memories and relationships and conversations that are formed on that line every day.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really all about.
No, it's true.
Maybe. 5 ingredients to opening a successful restaurant?
Ooh,
That's a great question.
love that. 5.
It really starts with the people. The people make it. I mean, you know, I'm so fortunate to have so many people that have had my back over the years and have been willing to take a chance on me time and time again and come with me to new projects, a lot of which are here at Max and Helen's. So it starts with them. I mean, you have to be able to believe in these people, that they have the skill set
So you mean
to
your
be able to
team?
execute. Yeah, your team. It's all in the team. Ultimately, like, you can only control so much. You have to have your team buy into what you're trying to do and the skill set to be able to do it, which is not always a given. So that's first and foremost. Concept, you know, I think that's a given. For Max and Helen specifically, like, diners have died out over the years. Larchmont, for as much foot traffic as there is on Larchmont, it is a bit of a food desert. So, you know, we really felt like this concept would crush on Larchmont for the local community. As it turns out, it's been a little bit bigger than just the local community, but concept is huge. Location, I think that plays a huge role. There's so many good restaurants all over. You know, I've seen amazing restaurants in LA end up closing just because of a bad location, which is unfortunate. We're lucky to be on Larchmont. What's that, 3?
Yeah. You have 2 more.
Yeah, the community is huge. You know, everything you're trying to do has to resonate with them, and restaurants are a business, and it's maybe the only business where you can't admit you want to make money, but you do. It's a business at the end of the day, and the whole objective with the guest is to make it not feel transactional, which is a massive hurdle. And we are so lucky that this concept has resonated with the LA and Larchmont community the way it has, because if it doesn't, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I guess parking is not one of the ingredients
Yeah.
in this case.
It's not
which
in
is
LA
fine.
at least. It's,
I mean,
it's not a
I put it in the
prerequisite.
middle of the street with a blinker on.
No, it's the
and then I
wild,
would just
wild
run- 'cause
west.
I have to
on
run back to the
Larchmont.
car back and forth anyway to like
Yeah, of
get various
course.
things that the kids forgot.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. How do you make it non-transactional?
Yeah, it's
How do you make it feel non-transactional?
yeah,
I should say?
it's the connection with the guests. It's making it feel personal and taking the time with the guests to get to know them, understand their needs, anticipate their needs. People come to restaurants to be nourished, to be taken care of, and it has to be authentic. You know, people can smell it when you're faking it. And you have to be genuine, because there's so many people in this industry for the wrong reasons, and you have to be authentic because people could suss it out. So
Yeah.
it's just authentic connection with our guests, really.
Yep. Okay, so people know like some of the great hits, you know, like waffle and
Hot chocolate.
hot chocolate. What are some of like the menu hacks? What are the menu hacks there? Like, what are the secrets?
Yeah.
What are for people who are going to go back now listening to this and they're like, okay, what are some hot tips?
You got to go on a Wednesday, because Wednesday is fried chicken day.
She's right.
Our fried chicken is unbelievably good. And on fried chicken Wednesdays, we also do mac and cheese, and it's the best mac and cheese I've ever had,
Okay.
because we use new school American cheese.
All right.
And that's a game changer. Eric
Okay.
Greenspan.
Okay.
Greatest American cheese of all time.
It's true.
And it's called New School American.
New school American cheese. Have you never had it?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're gonna send you some. You need to try this. It's
Okay.
phenomenal. Oh, I'm
Eric
so excited.
Greenspan, LA chef, part of the tribe,
Yeah.
dear friend of ours, developed this American cheese that is out of this world.
I've never asked for an American cheese in my life.
Of course.
that ends today.
No, but that makes sense, because what are we getting?
What
those
is American
singles?
cheese?
Right, it's processed.
Yeah, it's highly processed.
I thought that's what the American part was.
Yeah,
Was
so
that it's processed.
yeah, and there's a lot of preservatives and nasty ingredients in it.
But what is an American cheese supposed to taste like?
Creamy cheddar.
creamy, melty cheddar
Light
based,
cheddar.
but the commercialized American cheese is so processed that it's so far removed from its cheddar base that you have no idea that you're
sometimes-
actually eating real cheese.
Sometimes you forget to remove the plastic from it
Exactly.
Correct.
because
It tastes the
you can't
same.
tell if the plastic
Yes.
has been removed. But in this case, he's created a new American cheese that makes it the best mac and cheese.
Way
ever.
less ingredients, way less processed.
What is
melts the
amazing?
same.
Yeah, what is amazing about American cheese, commercially made American cheese, is exactly that. Is it melts so well and it's gooey and creamy. And so Eric has developed this new school American cheese that has the same gooey melt factor, but tastes like real cheese, and it's better than any cheese ever.
Okay.
But if
And so
you,
we use it on everything.
yeah, I mean, a lot of chefs that you ask, like, what cheese do you want on your burger? A lot will say American cheese, but but you don't want that. You don't want the American cheese processed version. This has
This
changed
is
the game.
Okay, this is the good American cheese. So we're saying that Wednesday
Wednesdays.
is fried chicken,
Yes.
mac and cheese. Okay, what else you got?
That's certainly one of the menu hacks. If you're a hot dog guy, I think the Murray dog, which is named after
Our
Phil's
family
dog, you'll see on his Instagram, the Daily
his actual
Murray.
dog.
His actual
actual
dog,
dog.
yeah.
Okay.
He does a Daily Murray post on his Instagram, Lily's childhood dog. We named it after him. And it is one of the best hot dogs I think I've ever had. Maybe the best.
Oh yeah. You've been at Gray's Papaya in
Yes,
New York? Okay.
yes, very
so,
much.
So you know those
Very
red
often
onions
growing up.
that
Yes.
go on there?
Yeah.
We do our version of those red onions, sauerkraut, mustard,
Pickled jalapenos.
pickled jalapeno.
And
It's
the dog
it's a
itself. The
loaded
dog itself
dog.
is great. It's a great.
The dog itself is like 100% beef.
Yeah, it's all
kind of
beef.
Hebrew national-esque.
Sheep casing. Yeah, it's
gonna-
called Snappo Razzo.
So it snaps like
Yes.
a,
Oh, yeah.
like a great like a papaya
Exactly.
a papaya dog.
Yes.
From Gray's Papaya.
We were gonna, our whole thing, our whole shtick is it's the best version, right?
Right,
So
right.
at first we were gonna do a Wagyu hot dog. No snap. There was no snap on the hot dog. We had to change it. So now we found this great company, and
Yes.
the snap is so important.
It's
to a hot
incredible.
dog.
This guy, now my friend Ralph Perazzo in Tennessee, decided and determined that there were no great artisanal dogs on the market that also had snap. The great ones that had great flavors lacked snap. So he developed Snapperazzo, and we use his all beef dog, and it's second to none.
That sounds great. And I love the reference to Gray's Papaya again,
Yeah.
because that was like, in New York, that was actually, you could get a whole meal there for literally $2.
Exactly.
You could get the papaya dog and then a papaya drink. And the great thing was that this was a hot dog place that had a digestive aid, which is the papaya drink. And they would have signage all over the place, like talking about how it was like this miracle thing for your gut.
Miracle drink,
And then
yeah.
you're eating like a super salty hot dog also.
Exactly.
Love that.
But I love that you have that. Is there a papaya drink being served?
Not yet.
There isn't one. We should do one
yet.
though.
You should
Wow.
jump on that.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
really should.
I also wonder if you ever want to honor an original umami burger, because if anybody knows how to do it, it could be you.
Yeah, we may have to bring
Like an
that back
OG.
one day. Yeah.
it's not
Like
the
an
act-
ode to.
Yeah, an ode to. I mean,
Ode to, yeah,
homage,
of course.
whatever
Yeah.
the legally acceptable term for it is.
Yeah.
And something that is reminiscent of things that you remember from your own experiences
Yes.
there that nobody else can own.
Love that.
Okay, biggest disaster in a restaurant opening. Tell me a trauma story about opening a restaurant.
Oh God. Which one?
I know. Which one are you gonna tell?
Man, 2019, I had just left Trejo's Tacos, where I was the corporate executive chef for like 4 years, and I was probably far too young to be having that role. And then I got asked to be the food and beverage director for the first ever cannabis consumption restaurant in America. And I thought, what could go wrong? And
Cool guy.
it was absolute madness. There were lines 4, 5, 6 hours. It was honestly a great precursor to Max and Helen's. But people were so unaccustomed to this type of experience. They had no idea what to do with themselves. So they were pre-gaming with edibles and smoking a ton before showing up to this cannabis consumption restaurant. And so it was just absolutely a mess.
A shit show.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
Quite literally.
Okay, so because I think that for listeners who don't eat edibles, there are a few things less chaotic to a brain or traumatic to a brain than too much edible.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me about the scene, like, because we talked to Justin from Anajac about the dark arts of table turnings. How do you turn a table full of people overdosing on edibles?
Yeah, it's incredibly challenging because they are just glued to their seats, and there was some sofa style seating in there, so it's like you don't want to get up.
Do people
and
fall asleep?
Sometimes you physically can't. There were people falling asleep. There were people passing out. There were people doing all sorts of things. It was absolutely the wild, wild west in that restaurant. And it only lasted 7 months because COVID then hit in March of 2020, as we all remember. But it was the craziest scene I've ever seen every single day.
What were you serving at this restaurant?
Originally when I was brought on board, we intended to medicate the food. And so you'd have edible, cannabis in the food. And this was the first license ever given out for cannabis consumption in America. So we were kind of figuring it out as the city of West Hollywood was. And shortly into the process, both us and the city of West Hollywood determined you can't medicate the food because of risk of cross-contamination of someone who perhaps wants unmedicated food. So it was really just glorified stoner food. It was nostalgic comfort food rooted in stoner culture, while people could rent a bong and smoke at the table and rent a dab rig and smoke a joint. And it was, stoner food, elevated.
Wow.
Yeah.
And to repeat, did you have is there a story about somebody having like a psychotic break in the restaurant?
Do you want to say the?
Ooh, yeah. Psychotic break. There were definitely like some episodes. You know, the very first day we opened, a woman defecated on herself. Yeah,
At the table.
believe it or not,
On day one?
on
Day
day one.
one.
And we thought, wow,
Come on.
okay, this is what we're all signed up for, I guess.
It's that comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, another fun question. At Knox and Helen's, you know, people at diners, they have a lot of requests sometimes.
Of course.
What are some of the most interesting customer requests that you've received?
That one guy, the one guy that wanted a tuna melt untoasted.
Oh, yeah.
And so we brought it to him. We were like, are you sure? So like a tuna sandwich with cheese. And he was like,
With no heat.
no
Right.
heat.
So not unmelted.
So yes.
Right.
And then that was brought over to him. And he was like, this is not a tuna melt. And we were like,
It
correct.
was like, this is a tuna salad sandwich. We're like,
And we were like, yes,
Yes.
that is right. Would you like a tuna melt? And he said, yes. So we brought him a tuna melt. And he said, why is the bread toasted? Like, those are
okay.
interesting.
There you go. Interesting, but manageable.
Yeah.
Okay, but what else you got?
ooh, what's a good one? Yeah, we have people coming in. Someone came in and wanted this Murray dog, this hot dog now, and they wanted it toasted on both sides. They wanted the hot dog not super marked, so like just kind of steamed, I guess, which is not really how we
They
prepared.
wanted no marks on the hot dog.
Yeah.
Like no
Right.
grill marks.
No
on the
grill.
hot
No grill marks on the hot dog.
dog. Okay.
So like really lightly cooked, all of it deconstructed. I mean, it's not really the way we want you to consume the hot dog, but you know, it's a diner, so we do our best to accommodate.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why a lot of people enjoy a diner. You're not going to be judged for having a side of coleslaw and then also a cup of hot chocolate and then later a bowl of chili and then on the side a bowl of pickles. Like you can order all of those things and
Yes.
no one will bat an eye.
Right.
And I think that's part of the coziness of a diner. It's really catered to exactly what you want, which is also difficult when you're, you know, we have Nancy Silverton. She wants it her way because she knows how it's supposed to taste.
Right.
So you have to dance that fine line.
Yes. I like the accommodation is really kind. And honestly, like these are not, I was hoping for something a little bit scarier in terms of the requests.
You know,
Can you
our,
go-
our
can you
guests
dig a
are
little- can you
fairly
dig a little
mild.
deeper?
No?
People
Can you
are
think
mild?
of something?
I mean, I could think of like a sad one that's like we sent out some chili and the woman said this tastes too Jewish. And she
Oh.
sent it back.
Okay.
That one's
That's
sad.
unpleasant.
That's
The
unpleasant.
chili tastes
By the way,
too
the,
Jewish.
the
What the
chili
fuck does that
is
even mean?
is made with pork. It's not like she
So
ordered
it
matzo ball
arguably
soup.
couldn't be less Jewish.
It was a highly un-Jewish.
It's loaded with new school
that
American
was just
cheese.
like that was just diner
that was
bias.
just yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm trying to think if we've had crazy, like I want ice cream on my, you know,
Because
whatever.
I guess
Yeah.
the guests can just do it themselves. Like,
Yeah,
That's kind of the
there's a
draw.
lot of that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of that. Someone one time asked for chocolate cake to be blended into his milkshake. We weren't able to accommodate
Cake
that
shake.
one.
That feels
cake
cool.
shake.
Yeah.
What are some
fine.
of the? What are the? So I showed you Elliot's, my 6-year-old's
Concoction.
his
Yes.
version, his
Yeah.
riff on the waffle. What are some customizations that you've seen guests do that
yeah.
you actually think of like, oh, maybe that's something like as another kind
The
of idea,
gravy.
something to order.
Oh
The
yeah,
gravy fries.
yeah, gravy fries.
We have a customer that comes in and always orders French fries and a side of gravy, and we were like, "Damn, we should do that." And so we started doing cheese fries and gravy.
And it's on the
top.
menu now.
It's not on the
it's an
menu.
off
but you can
menu
ask
item.
for
So,
it.
Yeah, what's the animal style? So we got
It's
gravy
that.
fries as
yeah,
one hack.
that's certainly
That's
one of
one.
them. We see a lot of people ordering like powdered sugar donuts with their hot chocolate, and they dip it in.
But that's not, I don't know.
No,
Like
there's a
we
lot
need
of-
our In-N-Out secret menu.
But I
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of like that. Like I like these ideas of things that you can do just to like mix it up. you
Yeah.
yeah.
know?
People will
People
do
play
that
around
with
with the ice cream, waffle.
they'll put, and then they'll pour the hot chocolate on top of the waffle.
Oh, yeah,
similar to
yeah.
your son.
And throw an ice cream on that too. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
Waffle Sunday.
Okay. Is anybody combining any of the savory and the sweet items on the menu? Like, are we talking anything about the Reubens or anything getting messed with, powdered sugar wise?
Wow.
Someone
Like a
requested
croque madame of
Monte
sorts?
Cristo.
Or what now?
Like a croque madame of sorts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or like a Monte
we
Cristo.
we haven't done that. Yeah, Monte Cristo, yeah.
That would be taken.
Hasn't
Do you
happened
do
yet.
specials?
We do some specials, and we have a lot more coming out in about 2 weeks.
Blue
Oh,
plate
okay.
specials.
Yeah, blue
That's
plate
dope.
specials. We'll have a daily special. Can't wait for some of those.
Yeah, those are really fun and just like nostalgic.
we do a special milkshake. We do a special milkshake
Every
all the
week.
time.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And not a cake shake yet.
Not yet.
You can throw that in there.
But it's fun because we work with the staff and, like Christian, one of our bussers, he created the peanut butter and jelly shake.
Okay.
And then that was on the menu for
Love
a
that.
week. Yeah.
Which is awesome, by the way.
And we do it
Great
with
shake.
regulars too. So it's
That's
really,
great.
it's a fun, like almost like Ode to Erewhon, how like they have,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly.
Like the Haley Bieber shake.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But yours is like
a milkshake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a milkshake. And then who is the analog to Haley Bieber for your shake?
They're either regular customers of
Yeah.
ours or staff members.
Normal people or
Yeah.
staff members.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't need to pander like that.
No, but we do get
Shout out to
some.
Erewhon.
No,
Yeah.
What
No,
up?
we do have
we love
some-
Erewhon.
we do love Erewhon. We do have some regulars that happen to be, big names, and so like for example, Benny Blanco has his cookie butter shake this week.
Oh, hot.
Yeah,
But it is so good. We've
is
run it
so
like
good.
3 weeks in a row.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he knows how to program a special.
Yeah.
Benny Blanco,
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the
Love
pod.
that.
Benny,
We
we
love
love your
Benny.
shake.
Yeah, so shout out Benny.
Yeah.
Shout out Benny. Love the shake. Then that's on the menu now.
Yeah.
It's on special right now, but it will be coming to the menu.
I
full
think
time.
it has
It's that
to.
good.
It's so
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
There's something about because we're using the cookie butter, like that speculoos spread,
Yeah.
it changes the consistency of the shake in like a phenomenal way.
Speculoos.
Yeah, he nailed it.
He really
Wow.
it's really good.
Okay, great. What do you guys have never had an argument ever about the restaurant?
Have we ever had an argument about the restaurant?
Or have you never? Do you guys get along all the time?
We really here's not
Working
to be
together,
annoying.
working together and being married. You have to tell me something really frustrating.
We're gonna be really pick me for a moment.
Yeah, for just 1 second. We don't it's funny. Before we got married, we did these pop-ups together. So we already we were test running.
Oh, okay.
Working together.
Right.
Yeah.
We do work together pretty well.
Yeah.
Because I like for everyone to be happy and everyone to have a really fun time and feel warm and cozy and like they can tell me anything at any time. He likes when things are running smoothly and everything is organized and logistics come first. And so there's a balance to us. He is not really, coming in on I think that like the Instagram captions should say this. And I'm not saying, I really think that the food waste cost could blah, blah, blah. Like there's nothing,
Right.
we're not
We don't
overlapping.
have much food waste for
All
the
right.
record.
No, sorry, you're right. There is some food waste.
Macy,
He's very
go
good.
ahead and blink once if you're under.
Yeah, yeah. exactly.
Just blink once. Blink once. Keep those eyes open.
Go ahead,
buddy.
blank. I fucking dare you. No.
Okay, great. Well, that's really good. I mean, it sounds like you guys have a nice like division of
Yeah.
responsibility that really makes a lot of sense. What is like the biggest lesson that you've learned? Because this is he's done you've done some
17th,
pop-ups.
my first.
This is your
Yeah.
first. What is the revelation to you?
Everybody just wants to be heard. That's the biggest thing about working in this industry. When you have a customer who is so angry and so furious that they have waited an hour and a half for a waffle, like, yeah, it's their choice to wait there for that long. But if you scoff at that person and make them feel like they should feel so lucky to come eat this waffle, you've missed the mark of why you're in this industry. Like, people are taking their hard-earned money and choosing to spend it with us. So we're going to do everything in our power to make them feel seen and heard and welcomed and loved and all the things that you want to feel when you step out of your house. Because you're already doing something you don't have to do,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And so that alone is the biggest lesson, that like, just put yourself in someone else's shoes and try and have some gratitude for the position you're in and some respect for the position they're in.
And I imagine that also applies to your team members that you're working with as well.
Absolutely.
And growing up, did you expect that you would be in diner business?
Absolutely not. I thought success is being the star of a television show. Everything else is not success. What do you mean? Like, that's crazy. His name is on the thing and people get so excited to see him. That's all success is, right? And so for so long, I went to film school, wanted to pursue acting. I thought that was going to be what made me me. And then I met him, and he wanted to do these pop-ups. And I was like, I want to help you. Like, you are an amazing chef, and I know the restaurant world because I grew up just going and having an appreciation for this food and, you know, hospitality, but I never knew anything about it. And so I read this book, Unreasonable Hospitality, changed my life. And I started having so much fun. And then meeting all these people in the restaurant world, not from the diner's seat, but in the kitchen. And I felt the most seen and the most comfortable I had ever felt. And I was like, wait, I want to do this. I want to open restaurants with him. He's so incredible. I want to learn from him. And I want to take what I know about, you know, creative endeavors and apply it to something I love, which is, you know, the restaurant world. I just didn't know I could profit from that. I just thought it was like a fun thing I loved. But I've never felt so comfortable in my skin or confident in the work that I'm doing. And now this is all I want to do. And it's crazy because, yeah, it's
really
crazy because my dad always says, sometimes life presents you with what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be. And I think if I would have just kept going on that track of like, but I have to be an actor because you're nothing if you're not an actor. Like, that was literally the mindset that I was in. It was not bringing me any joy. I was constantly second guessing myself and thinking, am I even good? Am I pretty enough? Is my hair shiny enough? And do I look as good as the other ladies that are sitting right there? Like, constantly second guessing. And then I walked into this world and I felt so comfortable and great. And like, that's what I should be following, is when it like really clicked.
Watch full videos of Chef's Table Talks on Spotify. Spotify subscribers get fewer ads on our show.